Let's hear it once more for the Prospect College Marching Band for a fantastic performance. Well done, young men. At this time, we're going to be inviting the graduates to take their pose. Graduates, take your pose.
Stand back! Graduates! Go! Up!
In his 36 years of service to Jamaica, Deputy Commissioner of Police Fitz has served the constabulary in many capacities. Mr. Bailey currently holds a Master of Science in Psychology and Criminal Investigation from the University of Liverpool. He holds another Master of Science in National Security and Strategic Studies from the University of the West Indies, an associate degree in accounting from mine. His other qualifications include several certifications in the following areas: financial investigation in Trinidad, cybercrimes investigative techniques, and major case management in Canada, Young Investigation Method, USAID, International Strategic Leadership Program, Transnational Organized Crime, International Academy, Bramshill, several management courses at the National Police College of Jamaica, and he participated in the anti-terrorism executive forums in the USA, among other countries. In 2001, he was awarded the Medal of Honor for long service and good conduct. In 2011, our esteemed guest speaker was awarded the Medal of Honor for meritorious service. He was conferred with the Order of Distinction in the rank of the officer class for his service to the Jamaica Constabulary Force in October last year, 2021. He has served as the Assistant Commissioner of Police in charge of Area 2, Commanding Officer for Clarendon, St. Andrew Central Division, Head of the Counter-Terrorism and Organized Crime Investigation Branch, and he has also headed the Fraud Squad. He is currently the Deputy Commissioner in charge of crime for the Jamaica Constabulary Force. DCP Bailey is a proud graduate of Prospect College. He is a Minister of Religion, a marriage officer for Jamaica. He is happily married and the father of 3 beautiful children, Brittany, Adrian, and Jonathan. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my distinct pleasure to present to you our guest speaker for the Prospect College 2022 graduation ceremony, our proud graduate, Deputy Commissioner of Police, Mr. Fitz Bailey.
You let me at this time recognize the principal for Prospect College, and Mr. Wynn. I also want to recognize Honorable Norma Walters, Custos Rotolorum of St. Anne, and her husband, the Honorable Crystal Lee, MP, Mrs. Gladys Brown Ellis, Superintendent of Police, representing ACP Era 2, Mr. Ian Buchanan, other distinguished ladies and gentlemen, members of the community, parents, guardians, I recognize you this afternoon. I stand today feeling a sense of humility, gratefulness for this opportunity to address the graduating class. 1980, I made an entrance to this very facility, coming from a very humble beginning. At that time, I left Maghreb. It used to be secondary, so high school. I had no premonition what the experience would have been. But I must say that the experience was an excellent one. And I want to seize the opportunity to say thanks to Sir Harold Mitchell and Lady Mitchell, Mrs. Mary Jean Mitchell Green, and the family for conceptualizing this idea of establishing a school like this. I believe what we need in Jamaica is more facilities that seek to address some very core and basic functions that are necessary to survive and for you to be that ideal citizen that you ought to be. May I hasten to say my experience at Prospect has actually laid the foundation for me and helped me to be the person I am today. I must pay respect to some people who are here. Reverend Mullins, one of my teachers, who played a critical role in my development. There were some teachers that were outstanding. I remember Mr. Baita, an African, and he tells you about his own experience. I remember those days when he used to tell us that we need to form lines when we are taking the public transport. When he invited some of us to Ochoreos to speak to the citizens, encourage them to be more disciplined in their approach in terms of forming a line, or forming a queue when you take the public transport. He was one of those persons who were very opposed to the type of lyrics in the music that are being played. One of the things that he highlighted was he was amazed how some of the most degrading expressions can be used in our music industry against women, and women tend to applaud some of those degrading expressions. Those are values that are very important Those are things that are very important for the development of a society. I came today as the head of crime. And I will tell you that I've seen it all. I've seen it from different perspectives. And Jamaica is a very violent society. Very violent. We see it being played out daily in front of us. I had a discussion just yesterday with a colleague of mine, one of my colleagues. And he highlighted his own concern regarding the level of violence that we are seeing in our society. And the brazenness that we see. And there seems to be no restraint. Let me say this publicly. I am one of those officers who believe that there are multiple ways of dealing with crime and violence. And I believe that some violent producers must be confronted. We can't use kid gloves in treating with them. But I'm not here to talk about that. But the issue that has caused us to be where we are is one that I'm going to seek to address today. Why are we so violent? Why do we have this disregard for human life? Why do we operate as a society that seems to be numb to violence and crime? I remember one of my teachers who taught us speech and English. That was in the 80s. And one of the things that I can recall she said was that she did not understand why when there's a murder in Jamaica, you see it just as a little place in the paper. Whilst in our country, when there was a murder for many weeks, that would be the highlight. We have become numb and we have accepted it as a society. And I believe that as a people, we need to show our distaste and abhorrence to these type of criminality. And I think it's time for the nation to rise up. Jamaica is the most beautiful country in the world, and we can make it the place where people want to be. And if we can get rid of the crime and violence, then we'll be on our way. But I'm here to talk about respect. Respect. I have traveled many places. My job has taken me all over the world. Some places that I never dreamt of going. Yet there are so many things in this world I have yet to see and do. Traveling is very expensive. And it can be quite difficult to find time and resources to do it as much as I would like to do it. At times I wish there was a magic bus that could take me wherever I wanted to be free and that I wanted and for it to be free of cost. That's just a figment of my own imagination. If that bus existed, I would hop onto it without question. You would always be able to find me on that bus. I can only dream of such a thing existing someday, but I won't hold my breath. Although no such bus exists for traveling the world, imagine if I told you that such a bus exists for traveling through life wherever you are. The name of that bus is respect. And it is known for taking people to places of high value in life. 100% free. The road of life is paved with people, places, and things that all make an impact, whether you recognize it or not. Big or small, The experience we have had are what propelled us to the next phase of the journey. Respect is the bus that can take us through these journeys in a way that allows us to procure the most value, both for ourselves and others. It has unlimited seating, and once you're on it, you will find no reason to ever get off it. It's a continuous route that leads to so many great places, such as love, pride, and unity. Everyone on the respect bus lives by the golden rule. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. This phrase was drilled into many of us in Sunday school. What does it mean to you? Being aware of this meaning is important on the respect bus, as in order to properly follow the golden rule, it is important that we understand what it means to respect ourselves so we can respect others. Because on the respect bus, respect goes. Respect is important. So the G in goes stand for God. Respect for God is the most important thing to have. All the other things we strive to respect come from Him. We say in the religious faith that God is the source of all things. And if He is the source of all things, then we must demonstrate and show respect for Him. Respect for God means doing the things you know will honor Him. The Bible talks a lot about fearing God. The Bible talks a lot about fearing God, and that doesn't mean to be afraid. It actually means we show respect. According to Proverbs chapter 9, verse 10, the fear of the Lord is the what? The beginning of wisdom. Thus, if wisdom in this life is the goal of yours, you must start by respecting God. Respecting His creation is also important, which is why respecting others is what we'll talk about next. The O in goes stand for others. Respecting others, regardless of their status in life, is an important part of getting where you need to be. It is quite common to show more respect for others when you feel like they can benefit you in some way. But today I want to challenge you. I want to challenge you to respect others, regardless of what they do for you. This means acknowledging others, listening to their opinions, and being aware of their feelings. May I say to you, Gradians, that if in our society, if we demonstrate more respect for others, then the level of violence that we are seeing will be a thing of the past. The fact is that we do not respect other people's opinion, and we believe that our opinion supersedes everybody else's opinion. And so that's why we have a situation in Clarendon when one man decided to take the life of 5 people because he believed that he was dissed by his cousin. That's the type of society that we are creating when we show lack of respect for others. The best part about respect for others is that it doesn't cost us nothing. And it is a good way to make both yourself and the other person feel good. Respect others makes conflict resolution a lot easier, and it causes us to value everyone's differences and opinion, even if they are different from your own. There's so much to learn from others if you show respect. When you respect others, they remember you in a positive light, and if ever they are placed in a position position to help you in the future. Your place, yourself is in you place yourself in a better position for them to do so.